why is it important to master your morning? Well, your mornings do really matter. A morning routine can really change every other area of your life, including your health, your happiness, your finances, your relationships. A morning routine will give you more focus and less reactivity, which means like you'll be more in control of your day and you're operating less on urgency. Like, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. Like we want to get away from that kind of reactivity and instead have a plan for your morning. And then ideally we get everything important done by 9 a.m. so that you can feel like you've accomplished something and it will feel amazing to feel that way. So it's very funny that I'm teaching how to master your morning because I have a 3-month-old. So as a busy mom of now 3, I've discovered it's really impossible to get everything done later. Like I used to be able to get stuff done at night, or, the kids now, they really take forever to get to bed. It's like this whole thing trying to get all 3 kids to bed. So by the end of the day, I am exhausted. I just want to watch a movie. I just want to relax. And when I used to have my corporate job, I was exhausted when I got home too. And nothing really gets done if you wait until later and think you're going to do the important things later. So I talked to a lot of people who want to make change in their career or their job, or start a business, and they're trying to do it after they get home from their day job, right? And like, I know how that feels, especially if you're a mom too. Like you have the day job, you have all your requirements, you have got to do it when you get home. And it's really hard to put yourself first at night. So I created this Master Your Morning system because after becoming a mom, I knew I wanted to continue pursuing my goals, but I had very, very limited time. I was stressed out and not getting what I needed to get done. Like I had goals and dreams, but I was just not getting close. I had a growing business, but I couldn't devote like entire days to my business. I only had a small amount of time in the mornings. I did not have childcare in the beginning. And also when we were homeschooling during the pandemic as well, like we had all the kids home, we needed to figure something out. So you might be also wondering, like, why do I need to master my morning? Because you can increase your income, you can change your life before 9 a.m. when you are doing the right things. And you don't need to be stressed out and overwhelmed with your to-do list and trying to get everything done in the morning. You can actually create a routine you love that gives you the clarity, focus, and energy so that then you can have a great day. So this Master Your Morning system helped me grow my business, build my income, build my family, build my team with a baby on my lap. And I am excited to teach it to you guys today too. So here's what I've learned about mornings. You can get 100% get complete control over your time where you do have plenty of time and you can pursue the things you love. Mornings are extremely important to that. So that's why we're doing a whole class on it. You also can find that perfect balance of family, your finances, your career, and have clarity and direction on the steps you should take each day. Once again, mornings are really important for that. And there's never been a better time to move forward with confidence each and every morning and pursue the things you've always wanted to pursue. So you can create a morning routine and finally have that career business you love that supports the life that you really want to have. Because we don't want you just to wake up and start working, right? Like we want to also create the life around that career business that is the life that you really want to create. And so when you have that great morning routine, you're going to have less worries about money. You're going to find that perfect balance. You'll have new revenue generating ideas that offer you more freedom and flexibility. So this is the year you can master your morning and learn how to reach your income goals effortlessly as well. So we want to talk today about like, how can you spend those first few hours of your morning? Because those can set the tone for the rest of your day. Morning routines can lead to efficiency since they remove like decision making, and that saves you time and energy. So that's like one of the biggest things I've learned is don't make decisions. Have a plan, have a checklist, and have a routine. So that's why we're going to talk about this today. Jennifer, one of our members, she said her entire day has changed because of the morning routine that she instituted. And also, this is important. She said, because part of the morning being successful for me was having a great evening routine that set me up for success. So in the morning, I start by immediately expressing gratitude before getting out of bed, then drinking at least 12 ounces of water, jumping in the shower, and ending with 30 seconds to 1 minute of cold to get my blood pumping, and then start my day. She also said that she takes the first hour of the day with no electronics. So we're going to get into some of those tips for you as well. A good book to read, if you have not already, that talks more about morning routines is The Miracle Morning. Sam said she read that way back in 2017, and she implemented some of the advice, and it totally changed how she feels every day. She's now totally married to her routine, especially her morning routine, and feels off when she doesn't do it. And that's how I feel too. Like, I feel like I got to do it on the weekends too, because I just feel totally off if I don't do it. So the goal of our Master Your Morning Masterclass is to decrease your stress and overwhelm so you can move forward with that daily plan in place and a morning routine in place. We want to help you create a plan so that you can decrease overwhelm and stress, build consistent revenue, create clarity and focus, save time and energy launching your dream career business, and then build the life that you really want as well. So in part one, we're going to talk about how to easily wake up early, because this is like the first thing that we have to work on, because it is not easy to wake up early and to master your morning. So I would love to hear your tips as well. So make sure you post your tips on how you have found to wake up early in the morning. But we're going to cover how the most successful people conquer the challenges of waking up early, tips to help you wake up and have great mornings, how to increase your income by 9 a.m., 3 things that will make your day a huge success, and how to find time for your morning routine, even if you have a full-time job. And then we're also going to talk about like what not to do each morning as well. So here's my important caveat. We have to do the best you can with what you got. So there are many factors, like cute kids that aren't cute at 2 a.m. that make mornings tough. So even just a small morning routine can make a big difference, is what I've learned. I wasn't doing this before my third daughter was born, but I started doing this again. And even 5 to 10 minutes, if that's all you got. Like, there are some mornings where I just need sleep, right? Like I'm just taking my sleep and sleeping in, because that's what my body needs. I was up in the middle of the night. Like, I just need sleep. But if I do miss the morning routine, then for 5 to 10 minutes, I'm still, because I have a checklist, and because I have, and I'll show you guys my checklist, because I have a checklist, I can go through it very quickly. Within 10 minutes, I can check off the most important things and still master my morning, still feel that I have done the things that I needed to do. So just know it doesn't have to be an hour and a half. It can be 5 to 10 minutes if that's all you have. The important reason that you want to master your morning, especially if you are here in our class community, is because you want to make sure that you're working on your goals before your employer's goals. So I have said this a lot. This is like the number one reason I was able to quit my day job and grow my business, is because I started every morning working on my own goals before my employer's goals. So like before I went to work, I had started working on my business a little bit that morning, right? And if you do that every day, it's all really going to add up. So we want to create your master your morning plan. So this is important because when your alarm goes off in the morning, you're not going to be thinking clearly. I know I'm not. And the most important thing you can do is to make a plan ahead of time for your morning before the alarm goes off. So we're going to create kind of like a checklist of items that you want to complete when you get up. That way you won't have to think. You can just start taking control of your morning right when the alarm goes off. We want to make 0 decisions because they're not going to be good decisions. If we're struggling with sleep and we haven't had our caffeine, they're not going to be good decisions. We want to make 0 decisions. So here are 10 tips that I have found that have helped me wake. Well, there's a misspelling right there. Maybe I should have been more awake when I did this slide. So I have found, if you're a coffee drinker, we have to be automatic. Like, the caffeine has to run automatically. Let's set that up the night before. Set the timer. Um, to have a consistent time that you wake up every single day. So you want to start to get your body used to waking up at the same time. Keep track of how many hours of sleep you get each night and how you feel in the morning. That way you can figure out how many hours of sleep you really need each night. I've noticed when I was waking up at 5 every single morning, I was doing that like kind of last month because there was a lot of things that I wanted to do in my mornings and I was really excited about it. And so the more I would get up at exactly 5, my alarm would go off at 5, the more my body started to like wake up at like 4:59. Like my body just started to know this is the time that I'm supposed to be waking up. And it got easier to start waking up. Also having something exciting planned for your morning. So maybe you want you have a really good book you're looking forward to. Maybe you're just looking forward to silence in the house, or a really good creamer for your coffee, or some special treat or something, so that you're looking forward to what you're going to do. I know I always used to look forward just to work on my blog and to write a post and, to see how much I could work on my goals. Maybe it's looking at your vision board, like something that's going to excite you when you get up, when you're going to work on your goals. Go to bed earlier. I know it's hard, but giving yourself, having a nighttime routine as well. Like we're talking about mornings, but even Jennifer mentioned something that on her post as well, like giving yourself an evening routine where you're starting to get ready for bed. And I know my phone goes into like sleep mode as well. So that kind of like reminds me, it's like kind of this like soft sound that goes on like an hour before I'm supposed to go to bed. That kind of just reminds me, okay, it's getting close to bedtime. Anything you can do to plan ahead. So if you're getting up to, like, say, maybe you're working out, like having that workout clothing ready to go before you go to bed. I know my daughter does this. She like sleeps in the clothes she's going to wear the next day so that she just doesn't have to worry about it the next day. So just remember, like, your nighttime routine is just as important as morning routine. I'm not going to create a nighttime routine with you. But that's probably the next step that you want to do. Snoozing, some people like it, some people don't. I think it's more important just to really give yourself a good night's sleep, and to wake up the same time every day so that your body starts to get used to that wake up time. And if you need to rest, by all means, like this morning, I needed to rest, right? Like there are just times where you have to do what your body needs. For me, as an entrepreneur, like there's some times where I'm doing a lot of like trainings and calls. Like right now, I'm doing a lot of conversations with people. I'm doing a lot of coaching. I'm doing a lot of creating new content, creating new programs. So I need more sleep. Like I'm more tired. I have a newborn. So you have to like know what your body needs as well. But I have noticed that if I can get up at the same time every day, it's a lot easier to wake up. Also writing down your goals at night, and then you have them done in the morning. So you kind of know what you're going to work on when you wake up in the morning. So writing down when you want to wake up, and that's going to help you stick to that goal as well. And try it. Like if you're not a morning person, like try it once, take back your life and your priorities, see how much you love having time for yourself in the morning, getting really important things done in the morning, feeling like accomplished because you got something done before the kids wake up. And then once you realize like it gives you more energy when you have that morning routine, that's going to also help you start getting out of bed easier as well. You can get an accountability partner. Telling someone else that you did something that can help with the follow through. You can post in our class Facebook group. We can hold you accountable as well. But like I said, like sometimes it's just the little bribe of yourself, like having a quick, delicious breakfast or treat waiting for you to get out of bed. That can help you be excited for something that you get to do each morning. Like we want to make this morning routine for you to give you more energy. This is going to be awesome. You guys if you guys do this tomorrow morning, like we're going to like create our routines for tomorrow morning, and then you got to post in the class Facebook group. If you're doing your morning routine tomorrow or whenever you're listening to this, we got to see a picture of it. So I did some research on how the most successful people conquer challenges of waking up earlier. Vogue's editor-in-chief, Anna Wintour, starts her morning with an hour-long tennis match. So hour-long workout. Sometimes that's not what I'm doing these days, but I have done that in the past, and that definitely gave me a lot of energy. Marie Kondo says that she says a prayer of thanksgiving for her family and team members' health, and I renew my resolve to do as much as I can that day, she writes. So like gratitude, right? A prayer. Bill Gates and Barack Obama start their days by reading. Warren Buffett, Richard Branson, and Arianna Huffington swear by the practice of journaling. So kind of like, getting your thoughts out and writing them down. In a 2014 interview with Marie Claire, Cameron Diaz said that every night before I go to sleep, I fill up a big glass bottle with water and put it on my bathroom counter. First thing in the morning, right after I brush my teeth, I drink it and I feel it immediately. I go from being a wilted plant to one that has just been rejuvenated by the rain. So I know that's one I have some water, but I probably could drink a little bit more water in the morning. Reese Witherspoon shared her go-to green smoothie recipe that she has had every morning for the last 9 years. So maybe it's just waking up to make yourself a smoothie or preparing the night before for that smoothie, right? Like you put it all in a Ziploc bag so it's like quick to go in the morning. So a couple things that will make your day a huge success when you start doing these things in the morning. For me, I have found these are hard, but when I can not do email, not do Slack, not do social media to start my day, my morning is so much better. So I like to do focused sprints before checking email. I like to put my phone on airplane mode, not even actually around. Cause sometimes if I have it around, all of a sudden I'll be on Instagram. So I kind of put my phone somewhere else. And then, I work in blocks of time. So some people do a Pomodoro, which is 25 minutes, where you can kind of like set your timer. And for 25 minutes, you're like focusing on that one task that's important to you. So for you, it could be, your classwork, right? Or your 90-day plan or anything that you're doing inside of class. You could just set your timer and just focus on that for 25 minutes. I usually do 50-minute sprints. That's kind of, the amount of time I usually like kind of like a longer period of time, and I can get a lot done in that amount of time. And then letting others know that mornings are important for you, communicating that to other people. I know that's something that I had to do, and trying not to do any sort of like meetings in the morning as well. And so my mornings are just really that focused time. Setting alarms to keep you on track. I don't know what create trials mean, but I'm sure that there was something I meant to say there. So the alarms. So I have alarms that kind of go off on my phone at certain times of the day, and that helps me stay on track, right? So just like even my daughter has this on her phone too. So before I think it's at 7:25, her alarm goes off on her phone because she needs to leave the house by 7:30. And so that it's kind of like our way of being like, okay, where are we? Like, we still need to brush teeth. We still need to put on our shoes and socks. Or maybe we're like past that and we're like ready to walk out the door, but it's kind of like an alarm. So we know how we're doing. So you can do the same thing. I have one then at 7:30 when they are supposed to have left the house to work out. So that's kind of like every day that goes off to remind me, okay, I hear this sound. That means I got to start my workout. Unfortunately, it's not something I'm like super looking forward to, but I know that I need to do it. So setting those alarms, maybe different sounds on your phone or however you have an alarm, can kind of help lead you through your routine. So if you are going through CRP, one thing I always like to say is you can increase your income by working on revenue generating tasks first thing in the morning. So that if you're blocking out 25 minutes, if you're blocking out 15 minutes, maybe it's 15 minutes, you're doing a revenue generating task. So that's not Instagram, that's not email, it's not even a blog post, right? It's connecting with a potential client. It's working on your product, your sales page, finding people to have sales conversations with, working on booking out your calendar, anything you can do to do revenue generating tasks before 9 a.m. And then after 9 a.m., we can do the other things, right? Reviewing your personal finances every morning. That is another way you can increase your income. Just the other day before 9 a.m., I told John I was going to share this because we were working on like our retirement and like trying to figure out, what we were going to do and where we're going to put some money, and like we weren't contributing to a certain account, and it was like first thing in the morning, and we made that change to set up like an automatic transaction so that every month it wouldn't rely on John to make this transfer because he was like doing this manually. So that's a great example of how like we did one thing before 9 a.m., set up an automatic transfer that's actually going to increase our income long term, right? Because we made that decision first thing in the morning, and it will grow our income because there'll be more money going into the retirement. So reviewing your personal financials every morning, maybe making a decision like that, maybe automating something, maybe finding some extra income somewhere that you can invest or put towards something. Reviewing your personal finances, like what came in, what went out, making goals. Maybe there's something else you want to sell this month or this week, and you can kind of like think through that in 15 minutes. There's so much you can do in 10 to 15 minutes when you have this into your calendar. Maybe it's one action to get a new client, make a sale, practice your salary negotiation, or find a new career. Set up your retirement. Like I said, like you can do that before 9 a.m. Or just read a financial book, like read a book about finances, read a book about what to do about growing your income, or working on your side hustle as well, or obviously going through corporate rescue plan or doing any sort of your classwork that we have in the membership as well. So any of that you can put into your morning routine, even if it's like 15 minutes and it's just like your money time. And you do one of those things with your money time. So how do you find time for your morning routine, even if you have a full-time job? So obviously we're going to work on blocking off your calendar. We're going to go through and create your calendar here in just a little bit. But we want to make sure we block off your calendar so you know what time you need to get to work. Like what time do you need to leave, right? And we're going to kind of backtrack that. So we also want to make sure that we're going to automate your mornings so you don't have to make any decisions. This has been a big lifesaver for me since having my third daughter, and then also trying to get the two other kids out the door for school. It was kind of insane. So we set up a morning routine for our whole entire family so that it's like a checklist, and the kids know what they need to do. I know what I need to do. John knows what he needs to do. And we don't even have to talk about it. Like there was a lot of like weird communication because we were like, okay, do you want to take them tomorrow? Or I can take them tomorrow, or can you make breakfast, or I can make breakfast. Like we didn't have a schedule. And so we were both like, what's happening when, like who's taking them where? And it was just very overwhelming. And so we finally got on a good schedule where he takes the kids in the morning, I pick the kids up at night. And so we don't even have to talk about that anymore. We don't talk even about clothes because the kids know, they're in charge. They set their clothes out or wear their clothes to bed. We have the same thing for breakfast every morning. John knows exactly what to do. We know exactly how to get ready. For me, I have a system for like my purse, because you guys know, if you guys are like me, like sometimes things are scattered all over. And so now I have a place for my purse. I have everything I need in the purse. I have a place for the keys. So when I come home, they go a certain place, because in the past I've like lost keys in the house and things are just a little bit crazy. So I feel like with the third kid, I'm almost figuring this out. But everything, like there's a place for everything. And so the mornings, we're not making any decisions. Everything is kind of going on the routine. The kids have a routine for getting ready in the morning. So we have like 1 hour where, we're doing laundry, dishes, I'm working out, kids are eating breakfast, we're getting their backpacks ready, we're brushing hair, and we're out the door. And it's like boom, 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 boom. We set alarms, like I said, so I can stay on track. The kids can stay on track. There's like that, there's that reminder. And then we try and stick to the same, I try and stick to the same schedule on weekends too. So Mondays aren't so tough for me. And I can kind of stay in control of the day. So everyone else in the family gets off the schedule on the weekends, but I have found like I need to kind of like, it's not exact, but I kind of need to still do kind of the same things, right? Like workout, right? I still need to kind of stick to that workout schedule on the weekends and the same times, but the kids just kind of like work out with me then on the weekends instead of doing it after they leave for school. So that helps me, because the more you do it, the more it just kind of becomes that habit and becomes a routine. So that's how we plan our mornings. So how do you know what should be a priority? So it's really important to know the night before what to focus on. So before you go to bed, if you guys are using our daily planner, and I'll give you guys the handout for that too, writing down your 3 priorities before you go to bed is what really helps me. So if you know what you're going to work on, while you sleep, you start to come up with a plan. You start to come up with ideas. Like as I'm preparing this presentation, like I knew last night when I went to bed that I was going to wake up and give this presentation and like put together the last minute slides and everything that I wanted to share with you guys. And so while I'm sleeping, like even like waking up, I'm like having ideas of like more things I can put into this because I know what I'm going to be working on when I get home or when I get up. So 3 priorities that would make the day a major success. That's what you want to focus on in the morning. Like if you can only do one, you can only do one, and that's like a huge accomplishment. But what would make the day a major success? That's what you want to focus on first. Your weekly planning routine that we teach you here inside of class, like that's going to help you create your daily plan. So we definitely want you to get into a habit of once a week, creating your weekly plan. I do that every Sunday so that I kind of know what the week looks like and what I'm going to work on throughout the week. And I plan those important things into my days. And that way, every day I kind of know what are those 3 things I'm supposed to be working on. So you'll always reflect, learn, and get better. If you fall off, you can get right back on as well. What not to do first in your day. We don't want to do email, no social media scrolling, no negative information if you can, no administrative tasks. We really want to work on those tasks that are going to help you reach your goals and your dreams. And we can save more of the admin stuff for later on in the day. I don't like managing my team first thing in the day. I used to do that. That used to be what I would do is I would wake up and tell the team what they needed to do that day and create my own to-do list. And I found that, those are the best hours in my day, and they were spent managing my team instead of, creating content or, working on the business growth or working on a new program or, helping you guys in the Facebook group, helping my clients out, right? Like instead I was like telling them what they should do. So now you guys know I work in those kind of 2-week sprints. So the team already knows what they need to do. Like I don't need to get up and tell the team what to do. And also avoiding your phone if you can, because the phone has a lot of distractions on that.